Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my brother Bill. How you doing? That's Darth Vader, y'all. He's breathing, chilling, hanging out in the studio. But he's not gonna say anything. He's just
Misa Baja Duga Tuka.
Was that Jar Jar Binks?
That's what I saw him on the TV and I just did it. I'm like, we might see Jar Jar in this.
Yeah, did you
watch?
Did you watch? Well, today, let's talk about what we're talking about. Today we are talking about the much anticipated premiere of the new Star Wars Disney Plus series, Obi Wan Kenobi, Part 1 and 2.
I don't know. I don't know the score. I forgot the score. It's not the same. It's different.
Yeah, there's a few different like really great Star Wars songs, and none of them comes to mind right now. Did you watch? Did you have to watch the recap? Oh, you talking about like the Lucasfilm Star Wars thingy?
And they changed that for this one. It's not that on this one. And
you're right.
Second of all, did you just ask me if I remember something?
No, I asked you if you actually watched the recap.
So you asked me. You're asking. So essentially, what you're asking me is, do I remember, or did I remember before watching this? Did I remember everything that happened in episode 3? You goddamn right I did.
I was not asking you that. I was only asking because I skipped the recap because I was like, I don't need to watch this shit.
Look, let me put it like this.
I know.
I did not watch the recap, but I watched it right now as it just played in front of us, and I thought to myself, I thought to myself the same thing I did when I skipped it. I seen the movie.
Right.
I just watched the goddamn animated shit with you with the Clone Wars, the last episode. Didn't we watch that together? We watched the last episode together. Because we didn't really watch the whole series, and then we watched the last 2 episodes.
Right. Yeah.
That's all you need to watch, everybody.
Yeah, last 4 episodes are really the best, like the thing.
First 4, last 4. That's what we do in the 24, 26 episode format.
But yeah, like because one of the other things about like television recaps is they can be good, but like if it's just like a previously on, it can sometimes lean a little heavy on this is what this show is going to be about, or this is what this episode is going to be about. Look out for this. So like I'm kind of just be like, one, I know these movies back to front, but also I don't want just like them to show something in the recaps like, look out for this person. This is what's like. I was like, let me just watch the show. I know all of Star Wars. You don't need to like shovel whatever the storyline is gonna be.
Put it in my mouth. Shovel it.
But before we get into
let's get
episode,
into it.
What did you think? First of all, first initial thoughts.
Let's get into it, and then I'll tell you my thoughts because my initial thoughts ain't good thoughts. Let's go. Let's go in.
Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Your thoughts ain't my. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Bitch, I'm preaching straight from the Bible scrolls. Of Yoda.
The sacred text.
The sacred text.
10 years after the execution of the Order 66, the Grand Inquisitor and the fifth brother and Reva, Black Reva, I like to call her, are hunting down the last remaining Jedi. This is where the show starts out.
God, I hate her. I'm sad that you call her Black Reva. I wish she was White Reva. And she was bad. Well, you know what? I wish she was an ambiguous race of alien Reva. Because the fact that she's Black Reva doesn't upset me that she's Black Reva. It's just like, that would be a dope name. Black Reva. Reva. Like Black Chrysanthemum, that was dope.
Yeah, right.
But look how this bitch walks.
You don't even like the way she...
Bro, I'm not bullshitting you.
So
Hold
you're
on.
not...
No.
I mean, just to like, you know...
No.
To keep... Because this is an audio medium. Just to keep the listeners in touch with what we're just talking about.
But you look at what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Why are you looking away? That was not over. See, you not taking me serious. You think these are jokes.
I see. I understand what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
But yeah, like So just to,
Go
I
ahead.
guess to start it off, you don't like you don't like the performance. Nobody's listening.
Ain't nobody listening. I'm trying to tell you something, man. Like, this is serious.
No,
this has something to do.
I understand what you're saying, but like, listen, you can't listen to what's happening on the television screen. So
I'm giving very accurate description. I asked you a simple question. Do you see how she walks in this show?
Yes.
That is not how someone who walks. First of all, she bow-legged.
Okay.
I'm just saying, she bow-legged, so she walk cross. If you don't know what that means, people, that means you walk crossways. Your legs walk into each other. They don't walk straight out. They don't walk outward. They walk inward. Your knees knock up against each other. They call you knock-kneed where we from in Alabama, okay? So, therefore, she does not have a stoic walk to her as the rest of her counterparts do. She's third sister. She should be like eighth sister or ninth sister, which we know there is a seventh and eighth sister.
Right.
Like, bro, you should be way on the bottom of the totem pole because you do not look cool at all in your uniform. Second thing, like, first of all, that's the easiest thing you can do. Being an actor is walk cool in your outfit. That should be the number one thing you're trying to do, especially if you ain't got a whole bunch of lines. You know your whole thing is your aesthetic, and you have to be stoic, like Christian Bale says. Really hard playing the character that doesn't say a lot.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's why it's. I mean, I know nothing about being an actor. I'm not.
First of all, that's stupid for you to say.
I also say I don't know nothing about being an actor.
Say you've acted. You've performed. I'm just saying, you've written stuff, so let's just back it on up. Don't belittle yourself. You know plenty about being an actor. You just aren't an actor.
Right. Yeah. I'm not an actor or anything like that, but I do feel like it's, I respect people who can like play that like kind of stoic character, but but you're saying like she's not pulling it off. Do you not like any of these actors or just her? You just not.
She's just really, really terrible. The scene where the other dude pushes her up against the wall in the it's on the episode 2 where he pushes her up against the wall in the alley. That was the most unrealistic, most unenthusiastic.
Or she pushes Kumail Nanjiani against the wall?
The Asian dude pushes her.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's the most unenthusiastic, most bullshit fucking argument that I've ever seen in cinematic television history. He grabbed her on the shoulder, in which she was completely obviously prepared for him to grab her on the shoulder. He grabbed her on the opposite shoulder, reaching in, and pushed her up against the wall with the force of a fucking toddler.
Yeah, there's definitely some unbelievable actions, and not in a good way, that happened at this show, but we'll get to that later. But what did you think of like just like the opening scene, not the Order 66 scene, which I felt like was kind of like
that's the opening scene. Which scene are you talking about then?
I'm talking about the scene where like we see the Grand Inquisitors for the first time, and you see like that.
That was terrible because I had to watch this bitch do everything before this bitch started talking. That was great. Then she started talking, and I was like, oh man, she's not a good actress. And look, it pains me to say so. Because everything inside...
Why you hate black women, Stephen? I'm straight.
Everything inside of me just wants her to be great at what she does.
Right.
Y'all just don't understand that they just be picking people just sometimes because they black. Not because they're great. I mean, just saying, that's just a fact. I could name 25 black women that could replace her real easy. Young.
Right. But I feel like, I mean, we've talked about this before, and maybe this is equality, but... like I feel like I've seen
true equality is where a black person can be in a television show or a movie and it just suck.
Right.
And they can keep getting shit. You can keep working, being something shitty, and then keep working. That's true equality.
Right. Because, like, I feel like I see, the same mediocre white actors.
If this bitch gets another job, then nigga, okay.
It's actually, speaking of that, I saw, like, quick side note, like, I saw Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. There's a black actress from Old Guard, which I did not like. She was my least favorite part of that movie. I was like, yeah, she's not very good. And then she's in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, still not being very good. And I was like, all right, that's equality. Get your check, you mediocre actor.
Maybe that's equality. I don't think so.
I don't know. But
it's the same amount of niggas. Look, you give me an all black ensemble of some shitty shit, then
right,
I'll call you Tyler Perry.
Well, we talked about this all throughout Atlanta.
Then I'll call you Tyler Perry. Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Well, we talked about
this. You give me an all-black ensemble of shitty actors, and I'll call you Tyler Perry. Is this thing on?
But yeah, there's no studio audience, so you're not gonna hear like a laugh track or anything. But yeah, like we talked about this throughout, like when we were talking about Atlanta. Like, you know, they do just a much better job of just finding really great, phenomenal black actors that you never really see before.
No, I don't think they do a really. I said it on the podcast. I don't think they do a really great job. I just think that they try.
Right. I mean, you
know, there's two different. Those are two different things. Those are two different. I'm just saying, those are two different things. And like I said this on the last podcast. I mean, on that same podcast, bro. It's not about there aren't enough good black actors out there.
No,
and it's about the fact that they don't try. So they just get somebody who they go, ooh, this person is an ambiguously sexual person. Like, right. I don't know what gender this person is. I don't know what gender this person likes.
Well, hold
on, I'm just saying, like, I'm just going down the line of the things that they say, you know, in these rooms, you know what I'm saying, like.
Well, to get into like the Obi Wan of it all, because after we get past,
that was the intro. We didn't get no Obi Wan.
right, after the introduction of the Grand Inquisitors, we find out, you know, they're out here hunting Jedi. This is pretty much for everybody who hasn't seen any of the animated shows and they don't know who the Grand Inquisitors are.
Or read the comics.
Or anything like that.
All this is in the comics too.
Right. Yeah. Basically, you know, people like my mom who just like who watch Star Wars movies.
Or me.
I mean, but you know, I
didn't watch Rebels.
But are the Grand Inquisitors? They're not in. No. Oh, yes, they wouldn't be. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
I didn't watch Rebels. I only watched the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch. I watched half of the Bad Batch, so I didn't finish that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't. I wasn't very interested in that, but yeah, like we do get the Grand Inquisitors, which are, you know, like these Jedi who have been turned basically, and they're not Sith technically. But they're working for
there can only be two Sith.
There can only be two.
But there can be 55 Grand Inquisitors.
You can have as many as you want. Loophole.
Man, you know what it was? Is really what it came down to is like Darth Vader, Anakin, was going to kill all these things. But then they was like, I think that nigga arm tired. It's like, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Hey, Anakin, we always loved you, and we think you right. We just want to, you know, be on the dark side.
You know what I'm saying?
And they were like, hold on. Darth Vader, Lord Vader, he said he wants to turn to the dark side. Shouldn't we talk to the Emperor about this? And he's like, fuck. These bitch-ass niggas know my arm. They know my arm is tired.
Well, goddamn.
It's like, all right, well, fuck it. Y'all gonna be Inquisitors.
Which is an interesting, like...
what do you think about the theory that the first scene in the show is where the black girl who is with the little younglings training, that is...
Oh, Reva? Black Reva? I think that would add some more depth to her character.
They found her from the scums. We found you in the gutters. We found you in the gutters. I'm sorry, that might not be a good impersonation at all. I've only seen this episode one time.
Yeah, it would add a little bit more depth to her character because, like, that it would add to like why she has some more animosity towards the Jedi and Obi-Wan specifically, rather than just being admiring Darth Vader and just like wanting.
It would make her a lying ass, stupid ass bitch though. Like, why are you mad at Obi-Wan for being a quote unquote coward, but this nigga saved your life?
Right.
All Jedis saved your life. The reason you're alive and most of them are dead is because they just didn't leave you. They could be like, I'll see y'all later. Like, ooh, so there's a disturbance in the Force. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Well, I think that that's one reason why I think that like all this could hopefully potentially, given this show some credit, add a little bit more depth to her character. Because like her calling him a coward, I feel like there could be some more there where like she's like, the only reason you stayed alive this long is because like you've like we see how he rejects helping out the Jedi, the young Jedi earlier on. It's like, this is the only reason you stayed alive because you're smarter. You're
I can see where you
ducking
would get
away
that.
from your responsibilities, like you ducked away from saving me.
I can see where you.
As a
I
young
can see
Wayne,
where
you know?
you see that. I can see where you would see that, but that's definitely not what was happening there because that's a talking point. That's an Empire talking point. That Jedi are cowards
for sure. Yeah, that's actually true.
It's propaganda. It's propaganda. So she's just pushing propaganda.
That's true. And I might. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to give this.
You're trying to make her your redeeming qualities
because
because she's a shitty actress, but it's okay.
Well, not even just like the actress, but also like I don't feel like the character is written incredibly well.
It's not. They wrote her, bro. They created this character because she needed to just be a black character because they didn't have one. There's no. If they do this without her, there is no black character in this show.
No, but we got Kumail Nanjiani in there though. And we got Jimmy Smith. We got some POCs in this show.
No, first of all, I'm just saying, but there's no black
right.
In this show, if you don't have her in it, that's the only reason she's in it, and it's saddening to see. Well, Ewan McGregor is the executive producer on this shit. I didn't even realize that. He's one of the.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he's one of the executives. That's probably how they got him to come on it.
It's like, give me that extra
look, we've been trying to do this goddamn show for 7 years, dog. What you want to do it?
But going back to like Obi-Wan, what did you think of like his characterization of him in this
opening? I liked how they brought everything together with like how he's definitely just a nomad trying to stay low and just chill and he's already basically a monk, right? As a Jedi, he's already essentially a monk, but he's like, avoiding everyone and doing all the things he needs to do. And then he comes into contact with the Jedi who's on the run, the youngling. Clearly one of the younglings from...
Which turns out was one of the directors of Uncut Gems, one of the Safdie brothers. Did not know that.
Uncle Gems?
Uncut Gems.
Gems.
Yes. Uncle Gems. That sounds like a John Candy movie.
Uncle Gems. Nigga sound like a goddamn. That sounds like a Tyler Perry movie. Uncle Gems.
Who that let Jim in here?
Now, let me tell y'all something. Now, I don't play all that now. Y'all gonna make me go around here and pull my pistol out on y'all. Now, see, when I have to come back around here, now, hello. If I have to come back out here, I'm gonna whoop upside somebody's head. God damn it.
I like that sounds like a lot that's from a Tyler Perry trailer. Just like, if I have to come back out here, hello. Like, that just sounds like something. That's great.
Hey, you're welcome.
Now, if I have to come out, hey, what's y'all talking about? Somebody gets me some quesadillas.
Man, I completely forgot what we were talking about.
But I've actually been to the plays before when that nigga was apparently living in his car.
Uncut Gems. That's how we got to this. Uncut Gems. One of the directors of Uncut
talk
Gems.
about it now, baby. Okay.
One of the directors of Uncut Gems. He's the young Jedi here who like ends up getting who asks Ben Kenobi for help and then eventually gets killed from not getting help from Ben. Well, not
because he didn't do what the fuck Ben gave him some help. He told nigga, get your ass the fuck up out of here. Now I've had a heartfelt conversation with you. Now get your ass the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna tell you something. Take that lightsaber, go into the middle of the desert, and shove it up your ass. That's what you need to do.
This reminds me of Charlie Murphy, who's like, I need help. He's like, nigga, I just gave you some help.
Nigga, I just gave you some. Hey, we just gave Rick some help. Just whipped his ass, whipped all up on his legs. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
But I do like this
all
scene.
All you need to do is go into the desert, take that lightsaber, and shove it up your ass. But after that, because it won't fit, put it in the dirt. Just,
I've gone through all the stages.
I've gone through all the stages.
But yeah, I do like the scene with him and Safdie brother. I forgot the character's name, but I do like this scene because it kind of sets up what happens later. But like we first see how scared and broken Ben is after just not only fighting for his life and hiding away from all these people who want to kill him, but also he's kind of traumatized by having to what he thinks is murder his friend and leave him to burn alive.
He knows that the Sith Lord murdered his friend. He just wasn't able to save his friend.
He knows.
Yeah, he wasn't able to save his friend. Like he don't look at it as he killed his friend. He feels it like the Sith Lord killed his friend,
right?
And he wasn't able to save him,
right?
And he had to kill Darth Vader.
Yeah, it's
that's really how he's looking at it, and he's looking at it like he's also having the dreams, which I believe we're going to see. I think Atlanta was a precursor to us seeing Liam Neeson in this show right here.
Yeah.
Y'all thought he was canceled. He's not canceled. We're about to see him.
We're about to see him. All right, goddamn now.
I think he's going to be a Force Ghost in this.
Yeah, I do think that he's going to be a Force Ghost too because
nobody cares about black people.
Well, no, I do like. We do see the scene early on in this episode where Obi-Wan he's alone and he's kind of meditating, but you can see that he's also not connected to the Force anymore, and he kind of calls out to Qui-Gon. And we also remember from the prequels that Qui-Gon knows how to do the Force Ghost thing. He's
Qui-Gon. He's the one who showed Yoda.
Right. Yeah, he's the one who showed Yoda. And probably the one who probably showed Ben. Because, no,
he didn't. Because Yoda showed Ben. We just don't see it, but I'm just saying Yoda showed Ben.
And to your point, we might even see, a flashback scene of,
I hope so.
Yoda, Qui-Gon, and Ben just all talking in that scene. Yeah,
love me some Yoda.
Love me some Yoda. Love me some that would be a nice little reunion. But
get down, do you?
I didn't watch any of the
worst Yoda ever. Get down, do you?
I didn't watch any of the trailers for this show.
Neither did I.
So, but
not really. I don't think I did.
Did you know that this show was going to be about Princess Leia?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
Nobody did.
Okay, so that was
also. Let me go ahead and point this out. Stupid chase scene.
God! Yes.
Why can people who are 6 feet tall not catch a girl who's 2 feet tall?
Oh my God! There's
also why is there a 2
terrible
feet
chase
tall
scenes.
10-year-old? This kid is clearly 7, 5, maybe 7.
Yeah, she's
10 years old.
She's either very small for her age, or either way,
she's a fucking toddler, dog. She's not 10 years old. That kid's not 10.
It's weird. Either way.
Jonah's 10 years old. All the girls in his grade are taller than that girl, and all the girls who aren't who aren't his height, are taller than him, and he's taller than her. So,
right.
I don't hear all that, bro. Weird.
Regardless of how old she is, she's definitely the scenes, the chase scenes with her were excruciating. I could not take this whole "Daddy's gonna get you" kind of
Yeah, these niggas were not running; they were clearly running, shortening their steps.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't even edited in a way where you could believe.
It wasn't. It was edited in a way where I could tell nobody was having fun on this shoot.
Yeah, it felt like I was watching Three Ninjas
17 times.
I was like,
first of all, Three Ninjas.
Oh, at least the scenes with Tum Tum, because Rocky and what's
we
his
gotta
name?
do a
Rocky and Colt.
We gotta do a motherfucking Three Ninjas. We gotta do a Three Ninjas.
We gotta do a Three Ninjas podcast.
We gotta do a Three Ninjas.
But
now.
this was Tum Tum. This was Tum Tum all the way. You cannot tell me that all this shit was just
Tum Tum and Grandpa came together and fucking did a goddamn movie.
Hey man, Grandpa was whipping ass. I don't know if you remember.
He had a stunt double. I don't know if you remember. He had a fucking nigga. He had Chris Farley in a fucking gray wig running around doing crazy shit like it. No, bro. That was First of all, go look it up. Chris Farley is the stuntman. Go look it up.
That's actual fact. Go look it up. Go waste some time of your life and looking that up and get disappointed.
Google it right now.
Yeah, that was.
If you're paying for YouTube Premium,
that was a
picture your shit and fucking look it up right now.
That was one thing that I kind of bumped up against was like, all the stuff with Leia. I kind of liked the idea of like Leia being the crux of what brings Obi-Wan out of retirement, as it were. But it seems like a little too close to home, no? Like where like it feels like there's too easy to connect the dots. Like if she's able to find out that there's connection between Obi-Wan.
How else is it gonna make a whole story that doesn't have anything to do with just a male-dominated series, Alex?
Well,
I mean,
don't think
are two of them. Aren't there? Isn't one of them just as important as the other?
I mean, I'm not sure. Like, I'm assuming that you're alluding to some like feminists. Like, I don't know.
I'm just telling you what talked about in meetings before these shows get made. When the production budgets and everything, when they get the scripts, this is the reason you have 7-8 different rewrites.
Well, what I'm saying is the problem with the show, or like, at least my problem with like the aspect of bringing Leia into the show is like whether it was Leia or Luke is like it feels like it's too. If she's able to find out that there's connection between Obi-Wan and these children, I feel like that's too easy of a connection to make. That like, how do you not know that these are Vader's kids?
This is why. No. Or she was able. First of all, because no one knows about Owen. No one knows about his kid.
Owen?
So. Uncle Owen.
Oh, Uncle Owen. Okay.
So, but somehow she knew about him too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so
he was a farmer.
That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, they clearly did it to show a bridge between the two. Like, hey, we're not just gonna focus on Luke because Leia deserves her time too, because she's just important. They say it in this show.
They
say it in this episode. It's written in this episode, Alex. She is just as important as he. Or
right.
Jimmy Smith says she's just as important as he is. They're trying to put an emphasis on it, like because there was never one put on it before.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Until The Last Jedi, no one ever talked about Leia as a Jedi or Leia as her Force powers or anything like that.
Or Return of the Jedi. Is when they like alluded to her having Force powers. But
he said no. There is another. That was
in Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. And then she has like the Force connection with Luke to save him after he falls.
But they never insinuated that she was going to become a Jedi.
Right. Yeah. And not until Rise of Skywalker.
And they never insinuated that she was as important. They tried to make it seem like Luke was the chosen one.
Right.
We got it wrong with Anakin. It really was Luke. That was what the point of the Return of the Jedi was. It's like he is the one. He was the one who was supposed to bring balance back to the Force, and he brought back the Jedi.
Right. Yeah. I do like. I mean, I liked the idea of it being Leia in the sense that's like
this is the scene I'm talking about. Sorry, the alley scene.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like I do like the sense of like being like Leia that brings him out of retirement because it's kind of you kind of sense that there's some sort of connection between Leia and Obi-Wan with the "Help me, Obi Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." But I do feel like it could have been just like a little easy because like I like
that scene. I like that scene where he was in the hologram.
Yeah, no, I like that like connection, but like I do feel like it makes it just like if she can find a connection between Obi-Wan and these kids, it makes it like it's like why doesn't Darth Vader know that these are his kids? Like this just seems like it seems like a little too easy. Like it would have been like way easier if like some random gangsters had like kidnapped Leia.
You're trying to make it. You're like, forgetting that. You're forgetting that Anakin thinks that Padme died. That's the reason he went fucking apeshit in the first place because he felt her dead.
But he knows that Luke is his son. So
no, he didn't. Not until
he's the one who tells him that, right?
He did not know that until
Yeah, because I'm a little murky on the details of how he knew, because I feel like he just like told him.
No, he
in
felt
Empire.
He felt it after he talked to Obi-Wan. He felt that shit. He just felt it. He was like, he figured it out. Like, oh, that's my nigga. That's my son. Because he knew Owen was his. He knew Owen was his cousin or stepbrother. You know what I'm saying? Like once he figured that out, that's why they went and killed Owen. Right. Remember, they went and killed all Owen whole family.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess
so he pieced it together once he saw Obi-Wan, he saw Luke. I think Anakin pieced it together at that point and was able to just be like, oh, and this nigga got the Force. Like, he can feel it. Because we forget that that's another trait that the Jedi have. They can feel each other's power.
Right.
And so he could feel Luke's power being in proximity to him. Like, oh, shit. There's only one way that his power could be that strong, and that is if when Padme had her, when she was
that
pregnant,
strong Skywalker blood.
No, busting them nuts in her. One of them nuts came out to be a baby.
That's how babies are made, folks.
What'd you think about seeing Jimmy Smits in this episode? You like Jimmy Smits?
Yeah, I always like Jimmy Smits. Coming back. I did like that he was the reason that. What'd you say again?
I loved him in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he was like, that's probably one of my favorite performances of his. Like, he's just so natural in that show. But yeah, like he's always great. It was interesting seeing him like coming to
America.
Ask.
Sorry, anytime anybody slows down on coming to, I'm like, America.
It was good to see him like coming to Obi-Wan, asking him for help. And Obi-Wan initially declines because he's still traumatized.
Man, like he's still wanted for death.
Yeah, he's like, not a good time, homie. And he hasn't gone into his bag of tricks in a while. He hasn't used the Force in a while. He's disconnected from the Force. Which
is impossible if it binds us and tethers us to everything.
I'm
just saying. I know the term. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, but are you really though?
I feel like it's one of those things where it only takes a minute to tap back into it. Like with Luke
it's just a term that they use to be related to religion. Like, I'm disconnected from God. Like, God's not with me. But God,
you're not praying enough.
But God is literally everywhere at all times. He sees everything at all times. So how could God not ever be with you? God's always with you.
Right.
If you believe in those types of things. But they put that other shit on there, so it's like make you fucking crazy. It makes you crazy. That's all it is.
Right. Well, I think that there's also like something to be said about like, even if there is like, like obviously God is like, God is everywhere, but like if you're not like actively trying to be a more spiritual person, or even like think about like any of that, like your religion specifically, whatever it may be. I can see how that could be like some sort of, connection, like you said, to like your spirituality. But yeah, like I liked, the parallels between like him and Luke in that sense. And then Jimmy Smith was like, hey, I know you said no, but I'm going to come to your house. And
I'm Jimmy Smits. That nigga said, I'm Jimmy Smits. What the fuck you think you talking to?
No one says no to me. And yeah, he asked for his help again, and he reluctantly goes for it. And he travels to, but actually, this is after he sees the young Jedi that he didn't help get killed, which I think that obviously helps motivate his decision. It's like the last time somebody asked me for help, and I said no, they died. I can't imagine my no turning into this little girl dying. So, especially this little girl who I went through so much shit to, make sure she gets born and has a safe place to live. I feel like I'd be going against all of my responsibilities if I just don't follow this through. So, I
don't think it was that. I think it was the buildup of everything that has gone on and not being able to help where you can, and being offered a mission and being nut challenged by Jimmy Smits. Like,
so you think it was just a
yeah, it's like
it was a dick measuring contest? That's the only reason.
No, not a dick measuring contest, but like, yo, you better get out here and fucking do that shit, dog. Like, we got a fucking pack, dog. Like, and you motherfucking Obi Wan, dog. Don't be trying to act like no
Obi 2.
Right. You trying to act like you don't do this shit out here. It's like it's 10 years ago, nigga. 10 years, you motherfucking General Obi Wan Kenobi.
You see when Jordan like retired and he came back and won 3 more championships? That could be you, dog.
It's just like, why would you think you're less than just because you couldn't save one person, you know? And I think as a Jedi, he can't allow himself to sit there and mope. Mm-hmm. It's been 10 years. He's been moping for a pretty long time.
Moping pretty hard. And, and I think that's one of the things that I do hope that Kathleen Kennedy gets over her stupid comment about recasting characters. Because I do feel like it would be cool to see Luke's failure in the same way that Obi-Wan failed, like why he ended up going in his hermit stage. Because we get to see Yoda fail against Darth Sidious. We get to see Obi-Wan with his situation with Darth Vader. We don't actually get to see Luke with his whole thing with Kylo. So I think that would bring a little bit more home with all that. Not to talk about Luke this whole time, but I do
chase scene. Right?
But I do. But yeah, I
oh my god,
like that.
That was a chase scene. The green guy was running and he just fell.
Yeah,
there was nothing that he tripped over.
I'm telling you, man, it's some tum bullshit.
And then she gets chased through the next episode through the fucking market.
Oh, that one's even worse. That one is even worse.
She basically stops to look at shit, like not scared, but
yeah,
just
like that's another thing. Like, yeah, skipping over to the second episode, because like at the end of like the first episode, I think that they just like kidnap her.
Leia got kidnapped.
Yeah, at the end of the first episode, Leia gets kidnapped, and we find out that Black Reva is the one who hired like Flea. Flea is in this
Black
TV show. Flea is in this show for some reason, and he kidnaps Leia, and we find out that Reva hired them because she knows that there's a connection between Obi-Wan and Leia for some reason. But then going into episode 2 or part 2, like Obi-Wan tracks the kidnappers to Dayu, where we get a cameo from homeless Jango Fett. What did you think of the Jango Fett clone?
Homeless Jango Fett.
Jango Fett clone.
Wasn't Jango
cameo.
Fett, people. He's not saying that. Please do not fucking blow us up. God damn.
Yeah, it's just his clone.
But was it Rex?
Oh yeah, could have been.
Or was
it
just
Rex
a regular clone?
Yeah, it could have. Yeah, like who knows? Obviously, there are like countless clones throughout the universe now who are probably in the same situation. But I like it was like maybe a little Easter egg to maybe we will see Rex in like some form of like maybe the Bad Batch in live action form in the future.
I'd watch that. I mean, at least 2 episodes to see if I like it.
Right? Yeah, like we'll see if it's good. But yeah, I like that little touch. Obi-Wan, like, he makes his way through this seedy little town, and he encounters Haja, a Jedi impersonating guy. He's basically a con man. He shuttles people off to like safe travels like off of the planet, but he takes more than his share, and he pretends he's a Jedi the whole time, just add some like flair to the whole situation. What'd you think of Kumail Nanjiani's cameo?
It was funny and useful.
Yeah, I always love him. He's like kind of has the great delivery for this kind of show.
I mean, I don't know if it was the great delivery for this kind of show, but they made it work within the scope of this show.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel out of place.
I can tell he did such a great job on set. They didn't even kill him.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely gonna come back in like another episode, inexplicably, and like help out.
Oh, he'll find his way in Tatooine if he's a fucking terrible person that he seemed to be.
But you never really know with these shows because like everybody's such a big fan of Star Wars. They get these crazy cameos. Like I feel like Jennifer Beals was totally wasted in Boba Fett. She's an incredible actress, and I was like so expecting something interesting to happen with her. But yeah, no, I guess she was just there to get blowed up.
I bet you she paid to be on that, basically.
Say again?
So I bet you she got paid to be on that one, basically.
Oh, probably.
She probably got paid like $200, $300 a day.
Yeah, then we get while looking for Leia, Obi-Wan is ambushed by Flea and the gang, but then he drugs them all with some spice.
Yeah, he has with that goddamn good shit. Had Flea on the doorknob, like.
Yeah, like the Grand Inquisitor learns of their presence and locks down the city, and Reva decides she's gonna go, cowboy and try to find him herself. And yeah, this whole scene was just like a little, I don't know, it was a little spotty.
Yeah. Spotty? No, I mean, this picks up all. I'm saying, okay. You felt it was spotty?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it was like the whole chase scene was just like so weird. First of all, after Obi-Wan rescues Leia, they try to show that she's very smart. She's very smart for her age, right?
That was dumb. You just explained that 4 times already.
I mean, it's whatever. It's like the dialogue is very clunky for like them showing that she's like. I've seen it done better for like Dakota Fanning movies, like whatever.
Well, I mean, I think they did a good job for the first episode. In
the first episode was fine.
So now you don't have to do it anymore. Like, why are we trying to still establish this kid's smart? We know that already.
But then they completely negate all that by making her a dumbass, and she doesn't understand.
She's like,
the gravity.
You're not a Jedi. Bye. You're ugly. Ew.
But even before that, they're like they just escaped. She just escaped being kidnapped. She's like, "Oh, you're a Jedi. Make me float. Ooh, what's that? Oh, buy me this. Buy me some gloves." It's like, why are you acting like a dumbass little kid right now?
Yeah,
you don't understand. You just
you
should be traumatized.
All of a sudden, you don't understand a rescue situation.
Right? Like, yeah, that is like the levels of her intelligence were very wavering.
Stupid. I deem this child stupid.
And then to your point, then she decides to completely throw away all of her trust for the person who just rescued her and just run away. So we can have this terrible chase scene where we see Ewan McGregor trying his hardest to run less than 0.5 miles per hour. Like he is pretending this little girl who can't walk.
Yelling loud. I'm like, he bringing all the people to the motherfucking yard.
And then she I guess it's all set up so she can fall off of the building, so he can force save her, and not
hit her head or something first.
Doesn't kill the 2 people who were shooting at them. By the way, you can go back and watch that. He shoots one of them. The other dude's still shooting at him, but he just disappears.
Yeah, he killed one of them, and the other guy just
it's like, I'm done shooting him.
They did something like that in Stranger Things. I was watching it today, and
oh yeah,
dude had a boat oar. All I'm saying is, a dude had a boat oar, and then he didn't. They didn't have a boat oar, and then he just had a boat oar.
That's some broken arrow shit. Yeah, right there.
I was like, wait a minute. Did nobody else notice that? They didn't have one. They did the next episode.
Now he's got one. Okay.
Y'all tell me about it. I mean, put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments if you watch Strange Things. But yeah, I did sort of like the moment where we all know he's gonna save this girl. We all know she's not gonna fall to her death. But I do like that this is like his first time using the Force in a long time. You can almost feel the strain.
I mean, you could say that they not gonna kill nobody, but I mean they killed Billy. They killed Becca. They killed a lot of people in that show. So,
well, I mean, they're not gonna. Oh, wait, what are we talking about?
in Stranger Things.
Oh no, I'm talking about Star Wars now.
Oh yeah.
When like Leia falls off, like we know Leia's not gonna die.
They're not killing nobody in Star Wars. Don't nobody die. It's like a comic book.
Yeah, well,
they killed the Empire. They killed the Emperor and brought that nigga back.
Unless you're literally faceless, like a stormtrooper, you don't get killed.
I don't know if they die. They might just keep coming back. They killed the Emperor.
Dude,
they threw the Emperor into an electric nuclear boom tube, and that nigga came back 38 years later. Nigga.
Yeah, oh my god. At some point we do have to do an episode on Rise of Skywalker because I feel like I can't get out all my frustrations about that movie in one.
It's so bad. It's so. Sorry, excuse me. I thought you were still talking about.
Stranger Things. But yeah, we get this moment where he saves her, and they're back on the run, and we do get a nice little moment.
Yeah, she gets on the run.
I guess that she trusts him now that he saved her from dying. But like as they're on the run, trying to get on this cargo ship that Kumail Nanjiani's character hooks him up with, Reva's on their tail, and we do get this I actually do like this moment where she reveals to Obi-Wan that Darth Vader is alive. Right. And like we sort of see this revelation on his face. Ewan McGregor. By the way, I haven't gotten enough respect to Ewan McGregor while I'm talking about this show because I do have mixed feelings about the first 2 episodes. Ewan McGregor, so great. Still playing this character really, really well. Still feels like Obi-Wan, and still feels like he's got all that trauma and stuff, but still got that that cheekiness when he's talking to certain characters. Goddamn, I love Ewan McGregor, and he's doing such a good job on this show.
He's been wanting to reprise this role. Excuse me. He's been wanting to reprise this role for a while, so I'm just happy that he's being able to do it without them getting somebody new or trying to revamp the whole thing. No, man, that nigga's not old. Let's just keep it going. Put some dye in that beard, old dye beard.
Yeah, man, he's in fact he should be technically older because in the timeline of things he's supposed in 10 years he's supposed to be Alec Guinness's age, but who knows? He might just probably gonna be a rough ass 10 years for Obi-Wan.
Who knows? Maybe the way we see Christian Hayden is Darth Vader killing one of the other Jedi and then just popping up on Obi-Wan hey, how's it going? Fancy seeing you here. I just killed this dude. What's going on? How's it going?
How you doing?
How are you doing? I'm going to kill you now.
Speaking of Hayden Christensen, after Obi-Wan gets away in kind of a stupid way, Reva turns around and stabs the Grand Inquisitor dude, and that lets Obi-Wan get away, which I don't know why y'all are fighting. Why don't y'all just... Hey. Obi-Wan's right here. Why don't y'all just... Hey. Whatever. That was stupid.
Hey. Wake up.
Wake up, we're fighting.
Wake up, we're fighting. We're fighting.
Hey. But what...
Wake up.
What did you think of this last little moment where we see Obi-Wan... he's fully realizing, oh my God, Anakin's awake, and then we get the jump cut to fucking Anakin in the back to tank.
Wake up, we're fighting. No, I'm sorry. I thought that was dope. I mean, we just gonna cut to Darth Vader for the first time. That was fucking amazing.
I
was expecting it.
Oh yeah.
Only because we've been told that he's going to be in the movie, in the show. So
right.
I just was expecting it. Maybe it wouldn't happen this episode. Maybe it's going to happen another episode. But bam, they gave us what we want.
Yeah, they give people what they want early. Give you a little taste. Yeah, I think that was a nice little taste for the people who don't don't read superhero hype or Deadline or know all this stuff. People who are completely oblivious to the fact that Hayden Christensen is going to be in this show.
I don't watch any of that stuff either, by the
way. We've people who would have mom. I don't think my mom knew that Hayden Christensen was going to be in this show before, she watched it. The average person doesn't watch nerd news. And I feel like this is a little taste for people to just like promise people that we might get a little confrontation between Darth Vader and Obi Wan a little later on. Do you feel like that's where this is heading? Do you think we're going to see a clash of sabers between these old friends?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I think I can't make any predictions based off of what they shown us in these first 2 episodes. I think that we just gotta let this shit go. I don't know if we're even gonna see Leia again.
Yeah, I mean,
like, what reason does he have to go back to go see Leia again, or we even see Leia again if he saved her? Nobody gonna kidnap her again.
Yeah, I hope that this doesn't like Leia isn't the fucking Grogu of the show. She's just gonna be in all the episodes.
She's not.
Because
if anybody was gonna be the Grogu, it would be Luke.
I mean, yeah, well, possibly.
Because he established in A New Hope that he knew old Ben.
Right. Yeah,
like it wasn't just somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. Like that's. I think that's why. Like I think maybe some people assumed that this was going to be a show about him and Luke.
Right.
But I think it's more interesting if we have just a full on nice character study of Obi-Wan. Again, I would have even liked it if something with Leia not connected to everything with Vader, brought him out of hiding and then they discovered him just because he was trying to find Leia, rather than specifically they were just hunting him. I don't know. It just seems like they found him way too easily. But then maybe they're gonna have to explain later why they don't know where he is later on. But I have some mixed feelings about the show so far. But I'm we got 4 more episodes. We'll see how the whole thing turns out.
A trail.
What?
Never Ending Story.
Oh yeah. For some reason I just thought of the band. I don't know why I didn't think of a Never Ending Story first. I guess I'll tell you where my mind's at.
And first of all, anybody who says that that's not relevant, you're stupid. Because Never Ending Story is always relevant.
Never Ending Story is always relevant to every story.
Go Bron. Go LeBron James. No, I'm joking.
What? But yeah, I'm lukewarm on the show so far. Luke Skywalker warm, if you will.
Oh wow. Luke Wan on this story.
Luke Wan,
That's Obi Wan.
But yeah,
I'm hot. I'm Luke hot on this story.
Luke hot?
No, I'm still Luke Wan.
You're Luke Wan. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna stay for Ewan McGregor, because he's incredible.
Well, basically what we said. To sum up everything that we said, we love everything about this except for the stupidity of the action scenes where we're chasing little children, and for the fact that there was some just continuity errors, if you will, that we could have fixed. But other than that, I mean, it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good. We liked the story. We liked everything. Piece by piece. We can pick it apart, but that's just because we got to talk for an hour.
There's some good acting, good character work with Obi-Wan, just bumping up against some of the stuff with Leia, and the motivations for some of the characters, and that fucking those chase scenes, terrible. But yeah, excited to see Hayden Christensen do some actual acting, not just in the back to tank, in the makeup, we got to see he's gonna be in it. The makeup looks great, by the way. But I'm excited.
I don't know how much acting he's gonna do. Please don't get your hopes up for that, because it just may be James Earl Jones doing a lot of talking.
Oh, do you think is James Earl Jones doing the voice again, or are they doing?
We haven't heard him speak yet. They keep Darth Vader stuff very under wraps.
Yeah.
Even if you know he's gonna be in it, they don't really like talking. It's like Yoda. They don't like pulling him out very often, and when they do, it's very top secret.
Yeah. I need to watch those interviews because they might have talked about it on those Star Wars Celebration interviews over the weekend with Hayden and Ewan McGregor. But I need to check that out.
They're not eating barbecue. They just over there hanging out, working.
Yeah, just hanging out. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with the rest of the series. We only got four episodes left. But yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Indeed.
Keep listening to the podcast, guys. Thank you
so much for listening. Thank you so much.
We're going to be talking about The Boys in the next episode, and we're going to be continuing to cover Obi-Wan throughout its run. And we're going to do an episode. Things. Yeah, we're going to do an episode on Stranger Things Part 1 later on as well. And Part 2 comes out in July, so eventually we'll talk about that as well. But thanks for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you get updates on new episodes of the pod and new video essays from yours truly. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. Till next time, stay safe, my little homeless Jango Fett clones, and may the force be with you.